We're going to use the RICOH THETA API to adjust the self-timer. From your desktop computer, connect to the Theta with Wi-Fi. I'm using the free tool, Reset Client, to send HTTP commands. There are dozens of free tools that are available. The Wi-Fi light will turn solid. I'm going to check the camera info just to make sure we're connected and can send API commands. This example uses the v2.0 API, and I'll need to start a session. The newer v2.1 API does not use sessions. Start the session to grab the session ID. This is my first session since I started the camera. The SID is SID_0001. After I start the session, I'm going to grab the state just to make sure I can grab info on the current session. It's looking good. You can also see that the state will show me the session ID as well as the battery level. My battery is fully charged. Next, I'll use Get Options to check the current settings for exposure delay. As the camera is not in self-timer mode currently, exposure delay is 0. Next, I'll use camera.setOptions to set a new value for the exposure delay. Let's use 9 to make the change very obvious. Now, when I use Get Options again to check the exposure delay, you can see the new value that I just set with the API. I'm now going to turn off the camera and start it again in self-timer mode to check to see if the API settings are saved. The middle button while applying power to the camera. It will turn on. A green light will be visible. A blue Wi-Fi LED will be flashing. Let's now connect the desktop computer to the camera with Wi-Fi. I've already saved my camera password into my Wi-Fi settings on my desktop computer. I just need to click on the SSID hotspot for the camera. I've now connected to the camera with Wi-Fi and will try to grab the info of the camera just to test the connection. The connection is working, so let's start a new session. Since I just rebooted the camera, the session ID will again start off at 0001. Let's check the settings for exposure delay to see if the settings survived the camera reboot. It looks like it did. The exposure delay is still set to 9. At the final test, I'll set the exposure delay to a different value. I'll set it to 6. I'll check it with Get Options once again, and exposure delay is still set to 6. Have fun with the Theta API!